Welcome back, everybody. A couple of things to go over quickly before we continue on. First, we have a level up for Corin. We'll take care of that. It's got some thieving abilities to assign, so we're going to dole those out to, I think, finding traps, because his is quite paltry at best. So let's do that. And let's do the same with Emlyn. Also going to put her points into find traps as well. And now that she's level 5, I'm going to elect to do something special for her. I'm going to dual class her and explain what that means exactly. So dual classing is a feature that's unique to humans. It is an alternative to multi-classing that is unique to the demi-human races. For instance, we have Jaheira, who's a half-elven fighter druid multi-classer, and Corin, a pure-blooded elf who's a fighter-thief multi-class. Multi-classing is essentially you are leveling as both the fighter and thief simultaneously. So it takes a bit longer to level up, but you have two classes and all the abilities that both give you. So humans, though, can only dual class. And what this means is that you're essentially giving up your career, in Emlyn's case, as a thief, and she's going to pick up a new career as whatever is available to her. So in her case, only the mage. There are some restrictions on what you can dual class. Some just simply don't make much sense. For instance, a mage druid or a ranger thief. I don't think I've seen too many of those. So some classes just don't have the option to dual class. For instance, my paladin, I'm not able to dual into anything. And you have to have the necessarily high attribute that is most prominent in the new class you're dueling to. So for mages, you have to have an extremely high intellect, which Emlyn does. So she'll actually be able to become a mage. And now we have some skills to assign, proficiency slots. She's going to begin the game anew as a mage, beginning over level 1 again, and losing all of her thief abilities. She'll also have all the disadvantages of both mages and thieves, which isn't as bad as it sounds, because a lot of the disadvantages sort of overlap. Their limited selection of armor, for instance. So I'm going to put it into missile weapons. She's been quite effective with a bow until recently. She'll no longer be able to wield a bow, actually, since mages are unable to, so we'll have to find an alternative, the dart or the sling for her. And lastly, we have some mage spells to give her to start out with. I'm going to pick Magic Missile. That's always a capable choice. And I think I'm actually going to select Sleep here. I've been very impressed with Sleep recently. It's a very effective disruption and control spell, so that'll go along nicely with a direct damage spell like Magic Missile. And with that said, we're ready to dual class her. So she's equipped with items that she can no longer use. They're going to be dropped. So that's her studded leather armor and her bow here. She has this meager dagger. And I guess we can give her some mage robes now. They're not much, just some minor fire resistance, but better than nothing. And she's now a mage thief. So I've talked about the downsides to dual classing, starting over the game as a lower level and losing all of your abilities. So what's the advantage, you say? The advantage is that she's going to progress through the game now as a mage, and upon reaching one level higher than her prior class, she will regain all of that class's abilities. So she was a level 5 thief. Upon reaching level 6, she'll regain all of the abilities that she just had as a thief, and continue to level up as a mage from that point on. So at a point in the distant future, it'll be almost indistinguishable between her and Zan, in terms of who's a more powerful mage. She'll just also have some thief abilities to go along with it and complement. So it's a bit of an investment, but hopefully it pays off. And lastly, before we continue, we can take a look in this sort of nest looking thing here. Just take a quick look. We have a ring or two, some unidentified items, a two-handed sword, and a wand, as well as the body of some young looking person. Could it be? It is as I feared. It's the body of Chalak, Tiber's brother. He must have met an unfortunate end while battling against these vile creatures. We'll have to bring his body back to his brother and inform him of his fate. But that might actually be harder than it seems, as he's quite heavy, and I don't think anybody in my party is actually strong enough to carry him out of here. So we're going to have to find a way to get around that, and this just might be it, actually. We have a potion of hill giant strength. I'm going to pass that off to myself and see what exactly that will do. Can only be used by warriors, and it confers the strength of a hill giant upon drinking it, increasing it to 19. So that just might give us the edge we need. But before I do that, my eyes glaze over this two-handed sword I hold. Could this possibly be the legendary Spider's Bane? They did say that it was the sword they brought with them into the woods. So against perhaps the warnings of my more, let's say, intellectual party members, despite their warnings, I cast off my shield and quickly equip the sword, passing off my old one to Khalid, and he'll pass off his to Corin, I think. That way we all have magical weapons, and I'll go back to using his bow. So despite their protests, I now hold this unidentified two-handed sword. Let's hope that it's not cursed. And I actually have to drink that potion quickly. So, let's see. I have 19 strength now, that of a hill giant, and I can carry up to 500 pounds. Superb. But we must make haste, as the effects of the potion will wear off in time. And we do not want to be caught wandering about the woods and suddenly find myself unable to even move. So burdened am I. So let's quickly save and continue on. I feel stronger just holding the sword. There's no way that it's cursed. Oh, giant spider attacking us. Alright then, guess we'll have to deal with that. Let's actually have Corin use his bow, and we'll wait for Khalid to catch up. Because he is likely the hardest to hit among us now, so I'm going to go ahead and have him try and draw the attention away from Corin. So the rest of us engage in battle. Oh, we did it. Right. I don't see anything else up here. Let's bring that body of Shellac back to Tiber.
This group is especially hopeless today.
Ettercaps up ahead. No. Something tells me that I probably don't want to just go running forward into this narrow corridor, so I'm actually going to back up. Oh, too late. So seems like there was a trap after all. But I'm unaffected by it. Could it be because of this free action that I have now? Perhaps the Spider's Bane is capable of slaying arachnids because it renders the wielder immune to their web effects. So Corin and I will dispatch this creature as best we can. Assuming that is within our power. And there we have it. Alright, did it drop anything useful? Just a silver necklace. Alright. So that seems to be the case. Perhaps this is the Spider's Bane after all. More Ettercaps coming to deal with us, so let's actually pull them back. We'll handle them one by one if we can.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
Hope the Corin doesn't run out of arrows anytime soon. He's quite indispensable without them. Oh, it seems like he just ran out, actually. Just as I spoke. I guess we have some magical ones. We can pass those off to him. What's the worst that can happen?
Done and done.
More Ettercaps. Quite a few, actually. So let's bring them back again. And the effects of the web have dispelled, or dispersed, so the rest of my party can now help me.
We're all doomed.
Cheer up, Zan. Let's try and fear some of these. Corin picks off one by himself, and Emlyn does nothing because she's not the strongest right now. Did we just instantly kill that one? Looks like we did. That one too. And Emlyn, what are you doing? Did I just say not participate? Alright. So, even an identify scroll. Perfect. I'm going to hand this off to Zan, as well as the scroll we just found. And he might be able to discern just what it is, using the scroll. It is the Spider's Bane, originally forged by the dwarves of the Arothir tribe in Cloakwood. Help foster goodwill between them and the Grand Dukes of Baldur's Gate. It was eventually lost, ironically in the fight against Ettercaps and spiders. I see. So not only is it tremendously powerful, a +2 two-handed sword, but it also has free action while equipped that protects you from any magics that would impair your movement. Alright. I suppose I shall continue to wield it. Pass that back to me, please, Mr. Zan. And let's continue on. And perhaps the last of the Ettercaps. cut him down quickly. Corin, the deadly sniper.
I've done had enough of this.
Silver ring.
Done and done.
Alright. Oh, seems we went the wrong way. So let's head back to the south. I believe Tiber was nearby. Ah, more webs. Fantastic. Oh, more spiders too. So I am, of course, unaffected
A simple
by
task.
its power. Let's get the one out
I've
of
done
here.
had enough of this.
Oh dear, they're chasing after her.
Simple task.
Yeah, run back through this spider webs.
Great peril yields great beauty.
Corin can give us a hand with his sword now. Nothing too threatening. He's coming though. How have we dealt with them already? With any luck, this will be the last of the spiders we run into.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm going to quickly save our place in the video and we'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for watching.